Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk About the Difference here on Something to Talk About. And I'll be talking about a fan favorite from the Game of Thrones show and the Song of Ice and Fire books, comparatively, literally. So, yeah. Hi! Welcome to Something to Talk About. My name is Taco, and we're doing it. Big character, Randyl Tarly. Sup? All right, this is good. So, yeah, you clicked on this. You know what we're doing. You know what it is. You know what it. All right. So, if you've never been here before, my name is Taco. Hi, what's up? I talk at the camera really loud, obnoxiously, and I don't do any edits. This isn't like a polished, beautiful video. This is just a nerd doing some nerd stuff. And I'm going to be comparing the Song of Ice and Fire book version of Randyl Tarly, Samwell Tarly's daddy, to the show version of Randyl Tarly, also Samwell Tarly's daddy. That's the first thing they got the same. And an only thing. Not to do any spoilers. So, yeah, let's just go. So I'm going to cover House Tarly first, and then I'm going to cover book version, right? Or show version really quickly in one slide. I'm just going to move past it because I'm assuming you've seen the show. Go watch the show. And then I'm going to go through all of the book version. Spoilers, of course, for everything. Who's House Tarly, though? House Tarly of Horn Hill is a noble house from the Reach, one of the strongest sworn to House Tyrell. Horn Hill is in the foothills of the Red Mountains. Their sigil is a striding huntsman on green, who's a red. Their motto is first in battle. Such a great motto. The Marcher Lords of the Dornish Marches. The Tarleys are a family old in honor and rich in land with a strong keep. They are also the keepers of the Valyrian steel sword called Heartsbane. So, yeah, they got one of those Valyrian swords. That's something some people like to know. The show, The Burning Man, in the television adaptation of Game of Thrones, Randyl Tarly is portrayed by James Faulkner. He's really great too. I do love this actor as Randyl. So y'all remember this guy? They mention him throughout the early show as Samwell's crappy dad. They don't bring him in until season 6 when Samwell visits him on his way to the Maesters with Gilly, right? And he is as a crappy dad, and then he steals his sword. So that's pretty much all that. So we meet him at Horn Hill when Samwell shows up there on his way to the Maesters, right? And they go there and have dinner and stuff, and it's awkward, and that's it. And then he's like, "Okay, bye, taking your sword. Samwell Tarly out." That's it. That was just a clip. That's a clip of what happened. So yeah, he's a crappy dad and they steal the sword. Then in season 7, Cersei calls Randyl to King's Landing and has Jaime convinces him to turn on the Tyrells and fight Dany, right? Because in season 7, like Daenerys Targaryen is like teaming up with the Tyrells. Randyl eventually sides with the Lannisters, and together with Jaime and Bronn, he leads the main part of 10,000 men strong Lannister army against Highgarden, where they easily take and loot the castle, killing Olenna in the process. Wow. Later, the Lannister army is encamped along the Blackwater Rush. Randyl reports that the Tyrell gold has been safely returned to King's Landing, and then boom! Dothraki screamers and a freaking dragon. The forces are stomped hard. Dany forces everyone to bend the knee to her, but Randyl and Dickon refuse, and Dany roasts them alive. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? That's it. That's what happens in the show, right? And they, and Bronn makes Dickon Tarly jokes. Classy stuff, those later seasons. Classy stuff. All right, let's get into the book version. And I love this picture from Sardag. He kind of looks like John Travolta. After I noticed that, I haven't been able to unnotice. All right, so book version of Randyl Tarly. He is the Lord of Horn Hill and the head of House Tarly. He is married to Lady Melissa Florent and is the father of Samwell Tarly. Randyl is lean and a balding man with short, bristly gray beard. He is a narrow man. He's very narrow. but iron-willed, shrewd, and capable. He is considered one of the finest battle commanders in Westeros. Randyl prizes courage and martial ability over everything else, which causes him to despise his eldest son Samwell because of his cowardice and softness, of course, and strongly favor his younger son Dickon, who is a much fiercer and more robust. In the field, Randyl wears mail and boil leather with a breastplate of gray steel. He carries the ancestral Valyrian steel sword Heartsbane across his back and a jeweled scabbard. Yeah, he's kind of just like an old badass, right? He also pretty much beat Robert Baratheon once. I think I bring that up. He's great. Lord of Hornhill. Yeah, Randyl was married to Lady Melissa Florent. Their firstborn child, Samwell, was born in 283 AC. They would later have 3 daughters born within 3 years' time and a second son named Dickon. Yeah, I do mention it. Okay. As one of Mace Tyrell's bannermen, Randyl fought in the Robert's Rebellion. In Robert's Rebellion on the side of House Targaryen. He was a Targaryen. He fought for Targaryen. I'm just going to say that like 4 times. I don't know why. All right. He defeated Robert Baratheon's forces at the Battle of Ashford and cut down Lord Caffrin during the battle. Poor Lord Caffrin. Never knew him. As a disciplinarian, Randyl became disappointed in his gentle, timid firstborn Samuel and made several harsh attempts to engage him in manly martial pursuits, but all to no effect because Samuel's like a nerd, right? And this guy's like, why did you do wrestling or football or something cool? He's like, but I love D&D, Dad. I like playing fighting games. I'm a nerd. That's straight up, man. That's what's up. All right. And he's like, fine, you're going to join the army then. No. Once, all right, where was I? He tries to make him more manly and stuff. But all to no effect. Once he brought his son to the arbor, but Samwell was mocked endlessly while there, and despite the fact that he had planned to leave his son at the arbor as Lord Paxer Redwine's page and squire, he brought Sam back home with him, all angry. After his wife Melissa gave birth to their second son, Dickon, Randyl began to ignore Samwell. He's like, cool, I got a better one now. Leaving Samwell to his own devices, and when the boy turned 15, Lord Randyl summoned Samwell the day of his 15th name day and threatened to end Samwell's life if he did not join the Night's Watch, promising that Sam would suffer an unfortunate hunting accident on the morrow. What? Thereby nullifying his claim to Hornhill, allowing Dickon to become Randyl Tarly's lawful heir. So Samwell did. So that's it. He's like, hey, now that you're 15 and this is getting a little serial, you're going to join the Night's Watch. Or what? Or I'm going to kill you tomorrow. Figure it out. All right, I guess I'll join the Night's Watch. Good choice. I don't care either way. Randall's rough. I mean, if it wasn't for some other really horrible dads in this world, Samwell or Randyl would be easily one of the worst. You know, if like Craster didn't exist. All right, moving on. Don't invoke that. What am I doing here? Renly's man. When Renly calls his banners, Randyl joins House Tarly in supporting Renly. Randyl is hosting Renly at Hornhill when they receive Stannis Baratheon's letter claiming that the late King Robert's children are bastards. Well, at the camp by Highgarden, Randyl is told by his son and heir Dickon of a cruel game that several knights are playing on Brienne of Tarth, right? Randyl summons Brienne and tells her that some of the men laid wagers on the first to claim her maidenhead. This is the very famous wager that I talk about often. He then tersely advises her that women have no place in the battlefield. Randyl accompanied Renly Baratheon's army to Bitterbridge, where he meets Catelyn Tully. And when she arrives during the melee, he watches Brienne stomp all the men that made that bets on her. Randyl tells Cat, "No disrespect to you, Lady Stark, but it would have been more seemly that Lord Robb come to pay homage to the king himself, rather than hiding behind his mother's skirts. She shoots back. King Robb is warring, my lord, not playing at tourney. Well, yeah, because the Lord Robb didn't send her to pay fealty to the king. He is a king. It's not Lord Robb is going to come and talk to the true king. No, he's also a king. There's a bunch of kings. He didn't even know the title of the book was The Clash of Kings. There's a bunch of them, Randall. Read the books. Jeez. All right. Renly's dead. Holy crap, that happened quick. After a parley with Stannis beneath the walls of Storm's End, Randyl counsels attacking Stannis would make sure he gains no strength while Renly is away. Randyl and Lord Mathis Rowan discuss tactics for the upcoming battle. Before that can take place, Renly is assassinated. Whoa. Afterwards, Randyl continues to follow the Tyrells, forsaking Stannis' cause. He captures Renly's stores at Bitterbridge and puts great many men to death, mainly those sworn to House Florent and his family. Yeah, because House Florent is like still for Stannis, right? Because his wife's a Florent, and there's like Axel Florent and all these other Florents. There's Florents all over the place, right? So he kills some Florents, and he goes, "Fine, I'm not going to join Stannis. Me, Mace, we're going somewhere else. We're just going to go over here. You know what? We're going to go support the Lannisters. Watch me." Randyl is sent with Lord Mathis Rowan, to find Lord Tywin Lannister and bring him to Tumbler's Fall, where Lord Mace Tyrell is waiting with a huge host and a fleet of barges. Once again, following the lead of his liege lord, he joins with the Lannisters and fights against Stannis, commanding the center of the Battle of the Blackwater. Whoa! For this, he receives commendation for his services, along with the abandoned Florent seat at Brightwater. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. I didn't say along. Sorry. Although, that was my stomach growling. Although the abandoned Florent seat of Brightwater is awarded to Garland Tyrell. Yeah, maybe he wanted to score Brightwater, but no. The Tyrells got it. So, yeah. So now he's a Lannister man. For now. Well, he's still a Mace man. He's a Mace man because Mace is Lannister man. You guys following me? All right, cool. Duskendale and Maidenpool, on orders from Roose Bolton, Northman Sir Helman Tallhart and Robert Glover are marching on Duskendale, but Randyl Tarly and Sir Gregor are sent by Tywin Lannister to deal with them. Randyl crushes the northern force, resulting in the capture of Harren Karstark and Robert Glover and the death of Helman Tallhart. Poor Helman. Afterwards, he takes the town of Maidenpool, which is a different town, so Duskendale and then Maidenpool, with Lord Renfrid Riker. Great name. He locks Lord William Mooton of Maidenpool in a tower and secures the King's Road. All right, we're just going to take the town. Lock the Lord in his own quarters. He'll be fine. So that, just like that, he's now working for Lannisters, and he goes and gets some Riverlands and Crownland stuff done. That's what he goes and does. Randyl, along with Lord Mathis Rowan, they're like best friends, is named by Sir Kevin Lannister as a good candidate for Hand of the King. But Queen Regent Cersei Lannister refuses to name Tyrell Bannerman as Hand, failing to understand that such a move would actually weaken the Tyrells by placing one of their most powerful bannermen in the position of authority higher than the Warden of the South. Yeah, Kevin's trying to play not even 4D chess, like 3D chess. He's like, take one of them from her, or from Mace. If you're tired of the Tyrells, get more power. Name somebody from underneath, and then you're giving him more power, and then you're just like stealing him. And Cersei's like, I don't compute that. I hate him. All right, whatever. So then she names a bunch of really bad hands to the king. Oh my god. Yeah, that's Kevin trying to help, and then he eventually gives up and leaves. So harsh justice. So we're going to get into some Brienne chapters here. Randyl takes his forces and begins the reconstruction of Maidenpool. His young son, Dickon, is married to Eleanor Mouton of Maidenpool, the daughter of the pardoned Lord Willem. While traveling through Maidenpool, Brienne finds that the town has been mostly rebuilt thanks to the hard hand of Randyl Tarly. The Maid of Tarth hopes that she can slip through the town without encountering the Lord of Hornhill, but she does bear no liking. Bears no liking to the man. I don't know why I said but. She tries to move by because she doesn't like him. Where am I? All right. The commander of Mace Tyrell's vanguard, which is Randyl Tarly, is dispensing his harsh brand of justice when they come by him. With a gallows of 20 ropes long, like a really long gallows, with 4 already hanging, he removes 7 fingers from a thief, among other justice. I didn't want to talk about. I wanted to talk about him. I started typing him. I re-listened to the chapter. I'm like, oh, remove 7 fingers. What else should I say? And then the rest of the justice that he deals out, it's like, ugh, I'm not typing any of that. I'm not putting that out there. Some harsh justice, man. Where was I? Figures from a thief along other justice. His brutal gaze makes Brienne feel 8 years old again. Oh, that's rough, Brienne. Sorry. When she is brought before him, Lord Tarly asks if she killed Renly. Did you kill Renly? When she says no, he says, no, you only let him die. And then she responds, I never. And I love this line. He then growls, he like interrupts and goes, you never? You never should have donned mail or bucketed on a sword. You never should have left your father's hall. This is war, not a harvest ball. By all the gods, I should have you shipped back to Tarth. Yeah, he doesn't mess around, man. Randall's harsh. But Brienne reveals the king's document that Jaime has given her, and she informs Tarly that she is seeking Sansa. He responds that Sansa is not in Maidenpool, nor would she be in the Vale, as Brienne has also assumed, because Lysa Tyrell is dead, or Lysa Arryn is dead. Well, Lysa Tyrell too. So, Lysa Baelish. So anyways, yeah, she's like, well, I'm looking for Sansa. He's like, she's not in Maidenpool. I was gonna go check out the Vale. She's not there either. Her aunt's dead. She is there. But that's why she doesn't go there. So, yeah, I actually love this scene. It's like, so mostly we've like seen Randyl like in the background, like he's like doing stuff, but this is like the first time we see, like, besides Catelyn for like a minute, first time see like a POV character interact with Randyl Tarly, and he's just a gruff bastard. He's just really mean, and I don't know, I kind of like him. He's a jerk though. All right, so 3 heads returning to Maidenpool. Hyle Hunt, who I've done a video on. Go check out my Hyle Hunt video. Do it. Get. I said get. Hyle Hunt insists that they bring the heads of Shagwell. I also did a Shagwell video. Moving on. Timian and Pig, knowing that Randyl would want them for the wall. Why do they have heads? Who's Hyle Hunt? So Hyle Hunt is working for Randyl in Maidenpool, and when Brienne passes by the first time, Hyle then follows her, and Nimbledick Crab also got a video for, and they all head to the Whisperers, and they kill these 3 brave companions, right? And they chop their heads off, and Hyle really wants to bring them back to Randyl Tarly, and that's what they do. So on their way back, Hyle Hunt's got like 3 nasty heads with him. So this is her second time in Maidenpool. So she goes to Maidenpool, has the scene I did before. They go up to the Whispers, come back, and this is the next scene, like a couple chapters later. All right. Where was I? When Hyle informs Randyl Tarly that Brienne has killed the 3 bloody members, Randyl asks all 3, judging him, like, oh, wow, you didn't kill any of them, did you, Hyle? Randyl asks if they found the Stark girl, now that she has a taste of battle. All right, he asks if they found a Stark girl, they say no. So now that she had the taste of battle, Tarly again warns her against playing as a knight. but Brienne will not give up her mission. He's like, go home. You got some fights under your belt. Just get out of here. Well, Hyle defends her, explaining how strong she is. He's like, she's stronger than the average man. Like, she really killed those 3 guys. Randyl declares, and he says, she's strong and quick. That's what Hyle says. Randyl declares, the sword is quick. That is the nature of Valyrian steel. Stronger than most men. Aye, she is a freak of nature. Randyl complains that he has executed many outlaws but cannot find their leaders. So he tells them that he's pretty sure that Sandor Clegane, the Hound, is now in league with the Brotherhoods Without Banner. So he's looking for the 4 leaders of the Brotherhood. He's looking for Beric Dondarrion, who's already dead, Lady Stoneheart, and the Hound, and who's not there either, right? And how am I not remembering Thoros Amir? So yeah, he's like, we're taking a lot of outlaws, but we have not found the 4 leaders yet. Where was I? With respect for Brienne's father, Lord Tarth, Randyl lets Brienne continue with her quest. When word of imprisonment of Marjorie Tyrell reaches Randyl, he marches his army to King's Landing. So he's like, I'm leaving Maidenpool. As soon as they hear that the Faith, the High Sparrow, takes in Marjorie Tyrell, he's like, let's go. So he grabs his Valyrian steel sword and he goes. So yeah. King's Landing. Randall's army reaches King's Landing before his liege lord, Mace Tyrell. So before Mace even gets there, the Faith releases Marjorie and her cousins to his custody after Lord Tarly swears a holy oath to return them for trial. To try and undo damage Cersei did to the Tyrell Lannister alliance, Kevin Lannister, now Lord Regent, makes Tarly the new Justiciar or Master of Laws, and restores the title of Master of Laws on King Baratheon, Tom and Baratheon Small Council. I don't know why I couldn't say that. So yeah, now with Cersei locked up, right? Kevin Lannister takes over as regent, makes Mace the Hand, and Randyl the Master of Laws, which is a good move. Should probably just make Randyl Tarly the Hand, but but it happens. When news of the taking of Griffin's Roost and the explaining of the landing of the Golden Company arrives at the capital, Randyl expresses doubts of the identity of Jon Connington, as well as that his Targaryen pretender, right, dismisses him as a foreign boy. Sir Kevin thinks that Randyl is more dangerous than Mace Tyrell, the new Hand. Well, it's true, Sir Kevin. And yeah, that's it. So that's the whole story. We're all the way up, right? And now let's talk about the differences. Well, what's the same? Not a lot. Yeah, what's the same? That's what I named it. This was a request. I'm going to get a little sad here for a second. So this was a request from my friend Ben Rayner, who passed a little more than a year ago. It was, I didn't really start focusing 100% on the Song of Ice and Fire stuff yet. I did 1 or 2 characters, and then he commented on one of my first videos, like, you should cover Samwell's dad. And I was like, well, I'm just doing book characters. And I wasn't doing this let's talk about the difference things yet. And then he passed, like I said, a little more of a year ago. So I never got to do it for him. So I'm dedicating this video to him. I'm finally covering Randyl Tarly. And yeah, so this one's for Ben. Just had to get that out of the way. Love you, man. All right. As for all the differences, like I said, there's nothing the same. As for all the differences, besides him being a crap dad to Sam, all of it, all of it's different. Literally, no scene from the book made it into the show. Literally nothing. There was a couple scenes that they could have used them in, when Catelyn goes down to meet with Renly, but they didn't. Like he doesn't get cast until season 6, right? Which is after the books. So, well, kind of. Where was I? He is ignored by the show until Sam visits him, something that isn't in the show, of course, and then, or isn't in the book, sorry. The whole visiting him isn't in the books. And then once the show passes the book, they find a spot for him finally, and they left out all of Brienne's feast arc. So, like, she doesn't do any of the same stuff, most of the same stuff she did in Feast in the show. So he misses out. Like, those are his best stuff, right? They don't do her going through Duskendale or Maidenpool, so you don't get to see Randyl. I just feel like they missed the mark on everything except for him being a crap dad. That's the only thing they nailed. Also having him fight not only against the Tyrells, like I don't think he would ever march on the Tyrells, ever. But against the Targaryen Dany seems way off for the Targaryen loyalist he was in the past. Sure, they justify it with that talk to Jaime, like Jaime has to convince him. So you might say that he was only loyal to the crown because Mace was. By that I mean maybe you can say, well, during Robert's Rebellion, he was only a Targaryen loyalist because the Tyrells are Targaryen loyalists. That's fine. But this time the Tyrells are Targaryen loyalists again. Shouldn't he be a Dany loyalist? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just seems really goofy. Okay, so you might say that that's the only reason. But marching on Olenna Tyrell for the Lannisters, I see it the other way around. Him marching on King's Landing as soon as they blow the Tyrells up. Yeah, if the book goes that way, and if for some reason he's not in King's Landing and like all the Tyrells blow up, yeah, you got Randyl Tarly's gonna be knocking on your door like the next day, like, hey man, can I kill everybody here? Hey, it's Randyl Tarly. Can I have your heads, please? Thank you. Like, yeah. So that's it. Literally, pretty much nothing. Nothing from his book counterpart made it into the show. So yeah, and then all of his show stuff was kind of later on, and they make really weird decisions. Sure, they just needed a character they already established and somebody who we all fear and know as like a really good general, and they didn't want to make a new character, so they just took him to like hang out with Jaime, and then when they like roast him alive with Dickon Tarly. Oh, also they need some dick jokes, right? So then after they roast him alive with Dickon Tarly, now they have a reason for Sam to like kind of not like Dany. So I see what they're going for. I just like don't get it. I like don't think. Maybe it's gonna all go that way. We'll see. I mean, who knows? Like, I haven't read the future books yet, so I'm in a world where Dance is the last book, and we haven't read Witten's yet. So, yeah. All right, that was a long one. I knew it was going to be a long one, and I probably should have saved my dedication to Ben Rayner at the end. But yeah, this video is for him, and that's it. I hope everybody else who watched it loved it too. And whew, that's a big one. It's a big character. I need a nap. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Click like, subscribe. Let me know what's the difference you want next. I still will not cover a POV character, or somebody really big like the Hound. Too much. Like Randyl Tarly's like about as big of a character as I'm like prepared to cover. So all right. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.